The Atlanta Union Mission was started back in 1938 as a soup kitchen. The organization is now called the Atlanta Mission, and let me tell you a little bit about the amazing work they are doing. In 2013, in just 1 year, they served more than 880,000 meals. That's over 2,000 a day. They ended homelessness for 738 people. They helped almost 500 people obtain employment, and they served 327 families. I'd now like to welcome to our show the president and CEO of the Atlanta Mission, Jim Reese. Jim, thanks for being here with us.
It's great to be here with you, Gary. Thanks.
Now, you became the CEO and president of the Atlanta Mission, and you took a very non-traditional route, becoming the leader of a nonprofit. Let me highlight some of your experiences, if I can. CEO of Randstad North America, COO for Honey Baked Ham, Division Vice President for Operations for Frito-Lay, and I love this, managed the General Foods Maxwell House coffee plant, the world's largest coffee plant. Tell us how you transitioned out of the business world to come to the Atlanta Mission.
Well, I left Randstad in '05, and I think really God was using 54 years to get me ready for what he really wanted me to do. And interestingly, Gary, I worked in food and helped people get work.
That's great. Tell us, if you would, about the work of the Atlanta Mission. What is the primary purpose?
Yeah, our whole mission statement is to transform through Christ the lives of those facing homelessness. Our heart's desire is God hasn't called anybody to be on the street. And our desire is that they would choose help, we would help them make progress, and then they would sustain and grow going through the different programs that we do.
Well, I'd love for us to play a clip here. I'm going to ask our executive producer, Adam Wirt, to play a clip that's talking about Valerie, who was a young woman that came to the mission, and we're going to see how the Atlanta Mission transformed her life.
Great.
So if you would play that clip for us, Adam.
My name is Valerie. I grew up in Atlanta and in the church, but I walked away from God when I was in high school. I basically spent my life trying to be a chameleon and be whatever other people wanted me to be, because I didn't think anybody loved me. And if my family didn't love me, obviously whoever I was wasn't good enough. I also tried to fill my life with stuff, because I figured if I had all the right stuff, obviously I was okay, right? And that ended up getting majorly in debt. And actually stealing from an employer at one point, because I was trying to feed that habit and pay my bills. And when I realized that I wasn't gonna be able to replace it, I told him, and that's what ended up sending me to jail. When that happened, I realized that I was not healthy for my kids. As much as I hated doing it, and as hard as it was, I decided that I and my family decided that the best thing for my kids was to put them somewhere stable, and that was with my big sister and my brother-in-law. The guy I was dating at that point and I broke up, and that's where I was living, so I had nowhere to go. I finally just kind of gave up and said, look, I can't do this. You've got to do it for me. And the next morning, a friend of ours from church called and said, have you thought about the Atlanta Mission? When I first came to the mission, I was terrified. It was the scariest thing I'd ever done in my life. I had never imagined myself living in a mission, living in a shelter. The women there, both the clients and the staff, were just so welcoming and open. Since coming to the mission, my entire life has changed. I have reestablished my relationship with Christ and God. I've gotten to work with and see so many volunteers and donations coming in. And it's amazing what just someone showing up to do that can do for someone that's literally just walked in the door. I'm now in leadership at the mission, which I never would have expected in my life. That's not something I ever would have asked for. And I also feel like I'm being called to go back to school for social work, because I want to do for other people what so many people did so openly and freely for me. I feel that that's where my calling is, and I feel like that's where I can make a difference. My name is Valerie, and my life has been transformed.
Wow, that's an inspiring story about Valerie. Jim, I love the fact she's reestablished her relationship with God and is now seeking to help others. What goes through your mind when you see Valerie's story?
Just the incredible transformational power that Christ can do in anybody's life.
And this is just one story, but the Atlanta Mission, you're out there transforming so many lives every day.
Yeah, we'll have almost 1,000 people show up at our 4 campuses, and our heart's desire is they'd all have Valerie's story or stories for themselves like Valerie.
And talk about heart's desire, I know this story touched on a lot of people's hearts. How can our viewers get involved and help the Atlanta Mission?
You know, I think the easiest way, Gary, is to go to our website, atlantamission.org. You can give. We always need financial help. Obviously, it's very expensive, the work we do. There's opportunities to volunteer, and you can even give at our thrift stores.
And the website again is?
AtlantaMission.org.
All right. Folks, let me encourage you, please check out the AtlantaMission.org. It's an amazing organization that is transforming lives. You saw the story of Valerie, and there's so many others that they're working with right now, and so many others that need assistance. Jim, thank you for being with us.
It's a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for letting us tell the story.
Glad to do it. All right, we'll be back.